Hey everybody, Brian here from the Guitar Factory OC. Today we're going to break down the intro to Eric Clapton, Derek and the Dominoes, Layla. Okay, so this song is a great one for beginners. It gives you a chance to do a little bit of every guitar technique in here. You get to do hammer-ons, pull-offs, bends, power chords, slides. It's got it all in this one little piece. So let's break it down, the main two sections of Layla's intro. Okay, we're going to start with this beginning riff. Okay, now what that is we have to start with a hammer-on pull-off on the A string, and we're going to be hammering on the 3rd fret. And then we're going to be heading over to the D string to do another hammer-on, but then pull off. So that gives us hammer, D string, hammer, and then pull off. And the one way that I really make sure that my hammered notes and pull-off notes are as loud as my pick note is on my strike of my hammer, I really follow through to make sure I'm hitting right to that fretboard. When I do the pull-off, I don't lift my finger in the air, I peel it towards the ground. So this way here, I can get a nice snap on that note to ensure that you're hearing the pick note as loud as your pull-off or hammer-on note. So the first part of this riff is hammer to another hammer on the D, then pull off. Okay, once we finish that, we're going to be going back to the A string, 3rd fret, and then the open D string, and that is your beginning riff. I'm going to zoom in for you on this one. Together. Hey, if you guys are enjoying my videos and you're finding them helpful, please go ahead and like this video and subscribe to the channel to watch some more upcoming videos that I make. Love seeing comments as well. I'll respond directly back to them. Okay, now we're going to bring the power chords in after that hammer-on pull-off riff. And the way we're going to do the power chord is pointer on the A string, 5th fret, and then the pinky on the D string, 7th fret. Now I know power chords can be played with the ring finger, but for this one, trust me, use your pinky. So when we have that chord now, we have the D power chord, and that's going to then slide down to the C power chord. That's the 3rd fret and the 5th fret of the D string. The B flat power chord, which is the 1st fret of the A string, 3rd fret of the D. And then we're going to open up the A string alone. So we have... Now with our ring finger, the 3rd fret of the low E, just hitting that one note. And then back to the C power chord, open that A again, hit that 3rd fret of the low E again, and then back to D. And that's our power chord portion of it. Okay, up close. So you can see why I needed to use my ring finger on that to catch that. Now, when we put the hammer-on pull-off with the power chords, the intro begins like this. Okay, part 2 is the real iconic section of Layla, that beautiful intro with those bends. And it's got some hammer-on pull-offs there. So what we're going to do here is we're going to drop down to the 10th fret of the B string, and we're going to do a hammer-on to the 13th fret of the B string. Once again, remember, when you do that hammer-on, really strike that wood, strike that fretboard with some follow-through so you get to hear that hammer-on note as loud as your 10 pick note. Do the same thing on the high E string, 10 to 13. And then we're going to pull off that high E, 13 to the 10. So you have this. Okay, it's very similar to what we did down here, just some higher pitched notes of that same phrase. So we have hammer 10 to 13, hammer 10 to 13, on the high E, pull off, come back to the 13 on the B, and then the high E, 10 to resolve that phrase. So you have And one way to make that really fluid is you can see my pointer finger doesn't really leave the fretboard too much. It stays pretty close to it the whole time. Not a lot of movement with that pointer finger. Okay, now we're going to bring in those really nice bends, and this is something to really be thinking about as you learn to bend, and make sure you're really getting the right amount of strength, not over pushing it, not under pushing it. When you do this bend, we're going to do it on the 13th fret of the high E. And it's really important you do a full bend. If you don't know what a full bend is, it's going to be when you push it up, you want to hear the note that's 2 frets higher than the note you're bending from. So 2 frets higher, you want to sound like you're doing the 15. And then you know you're matching that note at that point. If you want to know more about bends, there's a link in the comments below that shows you another video that I break down how to do bends correctly. So we're going to be doing the hammer on pull off. Bend that 13. Let it down and hit it. 12 on the high E. 13 on the B, and then the high E10. Slowly. Bend that 13. Let it down, hit it. 12, 13 on the B, and the high E10. Okay, and that's our first phrase. Now he does a little variation of this now. He's going to repeat this, but he's going to go a little bit higher with the bent note. So the only difference is the bent note that we go up and down on is on the 15 instead of the 13. So start the phrase the same. But jump to 15, get that nice full bend, bring it down, hit the 15 unbent, 12 on the high E, 13 on the B, high E10. So both 13, 15. And that's what he repeats for that iconic phrase on that. What you also notice with my bends, is a good little tip, is I don't bend with one finger. I have 2 other fingers behind it helping it out. So to get a good full strength, I have my ring finger there, and these other 2 are sitting on those notes behind it that I can actually push with that to make sure that I get enough strength on that. So. Hey, head over to theguitarfactoryoc.com to check out my full online guitar course. I've created a roadmap that will take you through 4 levels of learning. It will make sure you know all the necessary fundamentals along with learning your favorite songs. There's a link in the comments below or in the description below that's going to be able to give you our free quick start course.